Montgomery. Good morning, everyone. Welcome, City of Montgomery, Department of Community Development Division, and this is our public hearing for application to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development for the pathway to removing the obstacle to affordable housing. And basically, what we're going to do today is just kind of briefly go over what our intent is to apply for. And I guess we will take any questions that you have about the application. And there also will be opportunities for you to make comments as well, I believe through electronically, and also there'll be a comment file on the website. All comments will be submitted along with the application. The application is due October 30th. This is a draft version, and we will look at the comments and consider them for whatever is applicable to making possible changes to the application. The goal of the application, as described by Pathways to Remove the Obstacle, is to do affordable housing along with supported activities that basically benefit low to moderate income persons and family in the city of Montgomery. This particular application that we are applying for, or the project that we're applying for, basically will cover a 3-mile stretch of the Selma to Montgomery Trail. Basically, you're looking at from the St. Jude hospital site, Fairview Avenue and Oak Street, all the way canvassing the trail for about 3 miles, all the way to 5 Points at the top of downtown Montgomery. Our proposed project is to construct up to 20 energy efficient homes for low to moderate income persons, as well as also to offer housing rehabilitation for 40 low-income families that resides on and around or adjacent to the Selma Montgomery Trail. So this project is part, as required by the application, to be part of a larger development. This proposed application is part of actually a larger Selma Montgomery Trail project that actually starts from the Montgomery County line, basically the airport, all the way to the state capitol. So in addition to looking at housing opportunities, we're also looking at infrastructure development. We're looking at public art. We're looking at opportunities to develop green space, but it is a total reinvestment project, kind of in concert with the mayor's Reimagining West Montgomery initiative. And this is probably one of the best opportunities for the city to start some badly needed reinvestment into West Montgomery. So that is pretty much basically the program. In addition to building housing, we're also are going to be incorporating other programs that we're developing in the city, like for instance, through other organizations like National Leagues of Cities and Cities for Financial Empowerment. We will be bringing other programs into the community, such as our Bank On program, which we just started a statewide Bank On program, which will allow for us to go into communities like the Oak Street communities or the trail, many of the trail communities, to get low to moderate income persons into the banking system. We'll be offering a program called the Financial Empowerment Center. And its focus will be on the same population, teaching low-income people or low-income persons and families how to create generational wealth. With that comes things like financial counseling. We also have another program that we'll be bringing to the community called Fines and Fees Forgiveness. If you're at City Council last night, there was some type of resolution passed on it. It's basically dealing with individuals that are in the court system and giving them some relief on from fees and fines for for tickets and stuff that where maybe they failed to show up in court. So this is more than just a affordable housing project. It's also a social service project. I think one of the unique things that we're going to do with this project, it is also going to be a demonstration housing project. One of the big things that HUD is being very adamant on is building products that reduce cost burdens of actually operating or constructing this type of home, actually living in these types of structure. So we're going to be looking at a different type of technology for constructing housing called structural insulated panel, which is one of the emerging technologies in housing construction, where we're talking about basically energy efficient housings. And there's studies out there on this particular type of housing that over say the 30 years of a traditional mortgage, these homes you're able to generate approximately about $30,000 in savings over a year. And the other factors about this home is, number one, that they go up really fast. They're very energy efficient. They're good for families with family members that are suffering from respiratory disease types of ailments and illnesses. So it's not only considered a green product, but it's also considered a health related product. And it's a product that goes up fast, where you can actually transform a community versus a stick-built community where they take you 6 months to build a home. These are type of homes that once the foundation is done, they're actually under lock and key in about 5 days. One of the unique things about this particular project is that, based on the application requirements, we are required to interact with the community. So we're going to be doing things with this particular project once awarded. So for instance, we're going to do a community asset inventory, where we're going to go out and inventory and see what are the skill sets that are in the community that could be actually applied to this project. For instance, there are people out there that are good at carpentry, electrician, plumbing. We're going to actually offer those folks opportunities to actually work on this particular project. As it relates to the home dwellers, there will be a program established where people in the community will have first right of a refusal. However, we'll say that these will not be homes that we will be giving away. These homes will be given, I won't say given, but these homes will be occupied by qualified individuals under a strict set of rules that will create the best chances for success. Now, these homes will start out as rental, because this is dictated by our present 5-year consolidated plan that we do rental housing. But the goal with this project and looking at how do you stabilize these communities along this 3-mile stretch of the 7th Montgomery Trail, the goal is to take these rental houses and actually convert them over to home ownership housing, which will hopefully have a stabilizing effect. One of the requirements of the grants, or one of the questions that the grant asked us, is that how will this project be a project that other cities would like to see? And of course, we answered yes. What we're hoping with the 20 houses that we're hoping to build, and let me just take a step backwards here. There are actually like two in this 3-mile section of the project area. There's a southern part of it, and then there's a northern part of it. And the goal is to build 10 houses in one section, 10 houses in the other section, while rehabilitating all the other houses somewhere along in between there. What's going to make this project unique is that with some of the partners that we're bringing on, we will have an opportunity, and one of our partners is actually the Alabama Power. And Alabama Power has a division called Alabama Power Smart Neighborhood Division. We will have an opportunity to kind of change the thinking and the thought of how do you go forward building affordable housing in the future. And not just building affordable housing, but taking in other considerations such as cost burden, the environment, healthcare. And so what we're hoping to design here are 2 demonstration communities via the new construction part of it, whereby there will be things incorporated in like smart infrastructure, where we're talking about smart lighting, smart benches, smart security systems. We're also in this particular project examining looking at establishing a smart grid where these homes are actually operating off of their own, not only the traditional Alabama power system, but will have the ability at some point in the project life to also operate off of its own grid system. In addition to that, we're hoping on the cost burden side to actually reduce the cost of operating these homes versus a traditional stick-built home. Hopefully trying to get a up to 50% differential rate in expense is what it would take to actually operate these types of homes. But the ultimate goal is to build a product that's not only affordable, that can be converted to home ownership, but will also be easy to maintain and be cost efficient to run. And that's the major part of it. This project is required that it be a total community collaboration project. We will, as the project is designed out, it won't be a strictly internal community development department design out project. We will have to create groups, community stakeholder groups. We haven't quite figured that out. I would imagine there will be community stakeholders on one end of the project, community stakeholders at the other end of the project, as well as just everyday citizens that will be a part of this project. And what we hope will come out of this project is a different way of building housing, and also looking at a different construction technique that I think can be used will be able to be used for other types of housing, particularly with this particular product. It's being now used in the homeless programs for like building tiny homes. And so this project may be the precursor of looking at how do we go forward with some of the other missions that we have when it relates to homelessness, and looking at a different way to build a different type of product that will suit the homeless population. Now, we'll say there are some opportunities in there with the homeless, with our home art. We are looking at there are some ideas out with our home art program that may apply to this particular project. And so it is an all-inclusive type of project, but with this one, it has a lot of specific things that we do have to adhere to. But what it does give us the opportunity is to come up with a whole different type of affordable housing building philosophy that I think that we will be able to take in other areas of housing, including not just family housing, but also looking at homelessness, workforce development, and even market rate housing. So this will be a project that's actually, I think, when we get it up off the ground and running, once we get awarded, it's going to be a cutting edge technology type project that's really going to bring a lot of folks across the country to actually see this different type of project, and as well as it's going to start also the redevelopment efforts that are now ongoing on the Selma to Montgomery Trail, and that's a whole lot of different topics with some things that we can't quite talk about right now, but there will be some other news as relates to the development of the entire trail that will be coming out soon. Are there questions? And the timeline for this project, I failed to mention that the application is due October 30th. HUD intends to make an award in January of 2024. The city, whoever gets the award will have 6 years to complete the project. So it's not going to be a project that's going to just jump up overnight. It is a long project that has a lot of different elements and pieces that will be in it. If you want to see the draft application, it's on the city website out for public comment for 15 days. We do encourage you to make comments on it, and those comments will be recorded and as is, and will be placed into the application package. And you can sign the application go to the city website, to the community development department, and go to the community development division, and you will actually see the draft application. And the budget for the application, what we're applying for, the maximum amount that you can apply for this particular application is $10 million, and we're going to ask for $8.1 million is what we're applying for. And within the application, I think the application is very transparent. You will see all the partners that are in the application. The budget is in the application as to what we plan to spend the money on. There's a budget justification that's in there. So, and I think as you will see with the application, there are a lot of issues that we have to address. And I will say that I think this application is going to change the horizon of how we do affordable housing. Whether we get the award or not, it's going to change. I think those of us that have worked on it in this department have seen that it's going to change. It's basically going to show the future what housing is going to be in this country, and it's particular as it relates to HUD and other federal agencies, as equity is becoming a big part of these contracts, and ensuring that everybody has a fair chance to have access to these type of projects. So in a timely, I guess a strange timely way, in writing this application, I think we all have gotten educated a little bit on what the future of housing is going to be going forward. I think from a city standpoint, there are policies that we're going to have to look at as far as developing for the future of affordable housing. And so I think whether we get awarded or not, I think it puts us in a very good place of future housing planning, not just for family housing, but also looking at homelessness and workforce housing. It's going to put us in it's already, I think, in what the community development department has given us a different direction as we go forward with our next 5-year consolidated plan as to what the future of housing is going to look like in Montgomery. Anybody else want to comment on anything? And we will take questions.
The comments or comment form.
And after this is over, you can email your comments through the website. It's being put in the chat box. If you have comments or questions, you can email to Kramer at montgomeryal.gov with any comments. And this will be up for the next 15 days, to get your comments in. Would entertain any questions. If there are any comments or any questions, this will be the end of this public hearing for this particular application. All right, we thank you.